Somebody with PTSD looks like your mother, your father, your uncle, your cousin, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your neighbor. You can't usually recognize right away. PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It is a condition that is plagued with anxiety, depression, stress, chronic pain, nightmares. Everybody knows people with PTSD. It could be your grandfather who fought in the Korean War. It could be your aunt who was a nurse in Vietnam. It could be your next door neighbor who was in a train accident. It could be somebody on your swim team or a golf friend that was bit by a dog when they were a child. So, look in the mirror, and that's what PTSD looks like. It affects everybody. I was a sales guy for a long time, and I own my own company, so I've always been self-employed. So as much as I'm a CEO, I'm a sales guy by trade. And it was okay to go out and drink and take clients out and be the life of the party and that kind of thing, because I always got deals done. And then I settled down in 2007. Prior to that, I started realizing I had a problem and as I was getting close to 40. And I stopped drinking in 2008. And I still go to AA. I'm a recovering alcoholic, happy to say. And I had an incident with my son, who was about 5 at the time, where he kind of climbed into bed and just kind of startled me, and I grabbed his wrist, and it scared me more than it scared him. And that's what drove me to the VA, and then the Veterans Administration, then the Disabled Americans Veterans, which is DAV. And I got some help with a private doctor, and then some help through the VA. It's a challenging process, but it is a process. And there's a lot of good people out there that helped me along the way. And when I was getting this help, I realized there was no one-stop shop for post-traumatic stress. There's no community that embraced all of it. There were different groups. So I went to my good friend Victor Nichols, who owns a bunch of magazines, and I said, I have an idea for a magazine. And he kind of sighed a little bit, and I said, I know 7,000 magazines a year fail, and I know that JFK Jr. couldn't make a magazine work, but I have an idea. And I talked to him about it, and I had already had the domain name PTSDJournal, and he did some research, and he agreed, and he embraced it from day one. And we've been off to the races ever since. We've been embraced by the civilian and military PTSD communities, and we are, to the best of our knowledge, the only magazine in the world on post-traumatic stress disorder.